Welcome back to today's live. Today, I'm going to be answering all of your top questions on gut health, fat loss over 30, metabolism. We're going to be diving into hormones, diet, training, intermittent fasting, and so much more. So make sure you stay tuned to the end because I have so many, just great tips for you guys today. And if you're new to following me, I'm Elizabeth with Elizabeth Ayler Fitness. I have my 4-year degree in kinesiology, CSCS. I'm a holistic nutrition consultant, GAPS practitioner, and FDN. And I have worked with over 1,000 women, 30 plus, perimenopause, postmenopause, hysterectomy, thyroid, gut issues, you name it, lose 5 to 40 pounds in a matter of 90 days with my 90-day whole body transformation, but do it in a way that they're healing their gut, they're balancing the hormones, they're getting off HRT, their energy is through the roof, their cravings are gone, and they're feeling phenomenal. So we're going to dive right into it. And if you have additional questions, since we are going live, feel free to drop them below, but I'm going to be kind of doing a mix. I'm going to start off with a little bit of gut, go into more of like metabolism, hormones. So we're going to start off with one of the most common questions I get when it comes to gut. It says, I'm bloated after I eat everything, even healthy food. What's going on with my gut? So there's a few different ways that we can go with this. First off, we have to look at it in terms of root cause. My background actually had 15 types of parasites, H. pylori, SIBO, mast cell activation. I was down to 3 foods. I couldn't go to the bathroom and no doctor could heal me. And that's when I healed myself. And I work with individuals that have half their colon removed, endometriosis, SIBO, parasites, mold, Lyme disease, all of that. So coming back to it, we're bloated after, even eating clean, healthy foods. So we have to get down to the root cause of what's going on with our gut. There's a few different areas that we have to look for. The first thing is going to be stress because it. When it comes down to it, if we're going for fat loss or we're in this place where we're low calories, we're not sleeping good, we're stressed out, we're eating our meals in a state of stress, all of the food, all of the blood goes towards your external extremities, not towards digestion. And what happens is you can feel like that food's sitting in your stomach, more gas, bloating, even when you're eating a clean diet. There's a few other things that I actually want to bring up that not a lot of people talk about. The next one is going to be stomach acid. So stomach acid, HCl, hydrochloric acid, actually denatures our protein. And as we get older, this actually lowers. But if we also have gut bugs like H. pylori or a lot of dysbiosis, we could actually have lowered stomach acid. And some common symptoms that a lot of clients come to me with, they feel like their food is sitting in their stomach, especially like red meat, or they'll get acid reflux, burping. They have a lot of bad gut bacteria, SIBO, H. pylori, parasites. They feel like they're even intolerant to protein because it's just every time they have it, they could even have constipation issues. And if we're not able to actually have enough stomach acid to denature our protein, that's where we're breaking down our amino acids. So if we're looking also at fat loss, it can make weight loss harder, building muscle harder, because you want to make sure that you're able to break down your amino acids so that you're able to have all the building blocks so that you're able to build muscle, lose fat for your hair, even neurotransmitters. And a few other areas is we could have hidden food sensitivities going on. When I had a lot of gut inflammation going on, we know it as leaky gut. What happens is if we're eating the same foods every day, I was down to rice, chicken, arugula, and coconut oil. And even those I would react to some days. But what happens is I was eating that at every meal consistently. Some days I would react, some days I wouldn't. And I ended up becoming sensitive to chicken. And it actually increased inflammation because if we have a lot of leaky gut, then all the food, the proteins go into the bloodstream and your body can actually attach an antigen on it and create that as a new food sensitivity. I'm not saying a food allergy. An allergy is like, for me, my throat closes with dairy. That's an allergy. A sensitivity is your body is reacting to it and it's increasing inflammation. There's a lot of other different things that could be going on, but if we're eating healthy, dealing with bloating, definitely looking at food sensitivities, getting to the root cause of what is actually going on in our gut. And I am an FDN practitioner, so I work with clients all around the world. I do stool testing for them. I'm able to actually heal their gut, expand their diet. One of my clients, she was down to 3 foods. Her whole body was swelling, couldn't go to the bathroom. And I kid you not, in 90 days, we're having like 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. All the swelling is gone. We're eating 50 plus foods, no more fear of food. Anxiety went away. She's building muscle, losing fat, energy through the roof, and she feels amazing because the gut is linked to so many aspects. And we're going to go into the next question. For everyone hopping on, we're doing a live Q&A today, gut, hormones, metabolism, gut health, and I have so many great tips. But for everyone hopping on, I am so excited. My next 90-day whole body transformation is starting next Monday, April 28th. And this is your unicorn moment. I haven't launched this since January, and I put my heart and soul. If you've done the fasting, the low carbs, you're run down, you have no energy, you don't know what to eat, when to eat, the foods to eat, you're looking for the educational and someone to help you step by step to get you your dream body permanently. This is not a fast fix. This is literally, I teach my clients all the tools, everything I learned over my whole entire life of, being over 200 pounds down to 90, having lost all my freaking, let's just say it. I was down to 3 foods. My hormones went perimenopause, postmenopause in my 20s. And I healed my body. I transformed my body. And I specifically specialize with women over 30, perimenopause, postmenopause, helping you transform your body, eating more food in a sustainable way. So you could send me over that DM ready on Instagram, or after this video, if you're on my YouTube, I will be putting all the information in the video below, but I'm only accepting 10 women. I do not know when I'm going to be doing this again. So if you're ready, you're like, I tried everything, the apps, the trainers, the low carb, the fasting, I've done them too. I'm the person that works with the clients that have tried all the things and they can't transform their body and they're still struggling to get the sustainable results. So DM me. And now we're going to the next question. The next question is coming down to inflammation. So why am I always tired, inflamed, and holding on to water no matter how clean I eat? There's a few areas here. We could talk about metabolic stress, undereating, and even inflammation. But I want to relate this specifically to women over 30, since that's my area of expertise. When we hit around 35, we're hitting a period of perimenopause. For the next 10 to 15 years, we're having a shift in our estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. Okay. You start losing muscle at a rate of around 30 to 50% faster. And you may be doing all the things that worked in your 20s, but it's no longer working. If you're trying intermittent fasting, my client said it so right. She's like, my husband and son would fast. They would lose 20 pounds. I would get fatter. When it comes down to it, we have to look at a few areas. If we're tired, inflamed, and holding on to water, we're going through a period where we're having shifts in the hormones. If we're dealing with estrogen dominance, our body can actually start storing fat, especially in that abdominal. And at the same time, if we're doing all these things like the intermittent fasting, tons of cardio, not getting enough actual food nutrition, because a lot of individuals aren't eating enough if we're doing 1 or 2 meals a day, then what happens? It's an additional stressor on our body. And with the changes in the hormones, then with increasing the stress from the cardio, not sleeping, that is not going to put our body in an optimal state of fat loss. That's going to cause you to hold. Our body doesn't feel safe. So when it comes down to it, when I work with my clients, it's not about pushing harder. It's actually about working smarter. All of my clients are eating more food, dropping fat. I had a client who even was able to get off of TRT. But the few key areas, if we're tired, inflamed, and holding on to water, even if we hit 35, if you've been that person that's been go, 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 giving everything to your kids, your family, your career, you're not sleeping, you're pushing the fasting, you track your calories and you're like, I am, 1,200 or less, and I'm pushing my body and I just feel run down. Your body is telling you that pushing harder isn't going to get you where you want to be. And if you get there, hormones are going to be wonked out. The harder you push to, it's going to slow down your thyroid, which runs your metabolism, and that can make you feel sluggish as well. Now, we're going to the next one, and I'm kind of just looking through seeing what specific ones. Okay, can I lose fat if I eat carbs? And when is the best time to eat them? I love this because I feel like so many individuals think that if we eat past 5 o'clock, we're going to get fat. If we cut out carbs, because everyone's doing these keto and carnivore diets, and I've done them myself, and I have clients come to me too, and I transition them off because what happens is when we're a woman, again, 30 plus, okay, I want you to hear a few key elements of carbohydrates. For every 1 gram of carb, our body holds on to 3 to 6 grams of water. If you cut them out and you're just doing fats and protein, then you may start flushing out that excess water. It just happens. As soon as you add it back in, your body stores it in the cells. It does not do that with fats and protein. So if you cut it out and you're like, wow, I'm getting so lean in a matter of a week. Yeah, there's a reason for that. It's science and what happens with the body. And if you add it back in, it's normal for your body to hold that in the cell and the scale to move up. So I don't like clients feeling that fear of carbs. I like to explain the science. Now, coming back to that, cortisol and carbohydrates work hand in hand. So if we go on these low carb diets, these keto diets, and we're on them for longer periods of time, and again, I'm speaking to my woman 30, 40 plus, then we may feel good initially, but a few weeks in, when you're pushing your training and you're go, you may start realizing, I don't feel as good as I did. I'm starting to not get that muscle pump. I'm feeling more inflamed. My sleep is going. My anxiety started going through the roof because carbohydrates help regulate the cortisol. Coming back to the question of the best time to eat them, I am going to tell you this, and hear me out. If you are worried about eating them around bedtime and stuff, do not. You're not going to get fat. We want to focus on balanced meals. It's more of the type of carbs and how we are actually planning those meals that matters, not actually, okay, cutting all the carbs out. What I mean by that is when we're having a meal, balance that meal. Carb, fat, protein. Spread your meals throughout the day. No crazy fasting because our cortisol is highest in the morning. And if we're saving the carbs toward night, or we're shifting things around, it could actually cause us to have crashes, energy crashes, cravings coming. So when it comes down to it with carbohydrates, we want to make sure we're getting enough carbohydrates because that's going to be your number one immediate source of energy. It's going to help with recovery to fuel your workouts. It's going to lower your cortisol levels, but we want to make sure we're getting it more from those whole food fiber sources, balancing out those meals. And I kid you not, I'm going to say this like it is. If you don't get your food in because it's one of those crazy days and it's late at night and it's 9 o'clock, eat that meal. Don't just skip it. You're not going to get fat. I mean, calories in versus calories out comes into play too. So you don't want to just cut all of that out. Your body needs that for recovery. And with my clients, I never take them too low in carbohydrates. If they're coming from the keto and carnivore, I actually slowly build them up because we have to get your body. We don't want to shock the system. We want to be able to, because if you cut things out for a long period of time, when you add them back in, your gut microbiome, everything is shifting. So we want to make a slow transition to get us where we want to be in terms of dropping the fat, building the muscle, getting the energy up, the sleep better, and the cravings away. And that's the key thing. And for everyone hopping on right now, I am so excited. My next 90-day whole body transformation is April 28th. DM me ready on Instagram or head to the show notes below when we finish. I'm going to put my whole website in there where you can book a call with me to see if we're a good fit. And again, I specialize with women over 30 and I teach them all of the tools in the matter of 90 days. I picked 90 days because 90 days is what it takes to make a lifestyle change. So I wanted to be with my clients throughout the entire program to hit the stress, the sleep, all the struggles, the gut, the hormones, so that they're able to have full confidence, empowerment, and transform their body and not need me after those 90 days. This isn't a challenge. This isn't take every supplement in the world. It's come to me and I'm going to teach you everything that I wish I knew when I started my journey and everything that took me from my little girl to where I am now of just education and getting there. And oh, I love this. Okay, we are going to the next one today. Okay, let's see here. Ooh. Okay. What are the top foods you recommend to reset hormones and support the gut? So, everybody's body is different when it comes down to hormones and gut health. And I want to explain a few different things. And if you're not on my YouTube channel, Elizabeth Ayler Fitness, if you come from my Instagram, go to my case studies playlist. I take you through exactly how, for every type of person that say you're dealing with hormone issues, gut issues, specific SIBO, yeast infections, slow metabolism, you're on very low calories looking to reverse diet, everything that I did to help my clients lose 5 to 40 pounds with focusing on the nutrition, the gut, and the hormones. But coming back to that, when we're trying to reset our hormones and support our gut, I'm going to start with gut and then go to hormones. Each individual has different things going on. If we have SIBO going on, H. pylori going on, things like mast cell activation, you would not want to turn to things like probiotics, fermented foods, even things like bone broth, because they could be higher in histamine. And what happens, that can trigger more inflammation, more gas, more bloating. I had a client, her whole body was red because she actually had severe mast cell activation just like me. And she's like, I'm eating all of these gut healing foods, but they're triggering me worse. And yes, I do work with clients with Hashimoto's 100%. I'm a thyroid girl as well. My whole family has thyroid issues. And a lot of the times when it comes down to it, when we have thyroid issues, we have gut issues going on as well as we have to look at our liver, because our liver is actually where we have the conversion of our T4 to our T3, which is our active form of the thyroid. I also work with clients with the MTHFR gene mutation, breast implant illness, the COVID, like you name it, I work with it, fibromyalgia. But coming back to it, some of the key foods I would say for gut health, for most individuals, is going to come down to bone broth is my number one healer. But if we're doing things that are high histamine bone broth, using things like beef bones, because beef is aged 30 plus days. And if we're making the bone broth where we're simmering it a long period of time and it's sitting out, that will increase the histamines, and that bone broth now can trigger inflammation. So for gut health, my number one food would be a low histamine meat stock. I'm a GAPS practitioner and I teach my clients how to, utilize this. The second thing is going to be diversity. So I know we think eating cleaner is better. And even we're also tendency to kind of cut down and stick to the same foods. So when it comes to gut health, we don't just want to eat broccoli, cauliflower, all the things in the fiber out there, because we have to look at your gut specifically. If you've done the keto and the carnivore and you just add in all these fiber foods, your gut microbiome shifts so fast. So it could actually react, and even things like a really steamed carrot pureed can cause you more gas and bloating because of the fermentation with the prebiotic fiber in those vegetables. So I work with my clients specifically one-on-one for gut coaching. And if you need help with this, DM me gut on Instagram or go to the same thing right in the show notes. Send me over under my 90-day transformation. I have it broken up when you put your application through for gut health or my 90-day transformation. And I would love to set up a call. But coming back to it, gosh, I'm losing my train of thought. We want to get diversity because we're trying to expand our diet. All of these different vegetables and stuff give us all of the good fiber to feed the good bacteria in the gut. But we have to find with the individual what they're going in, how much is the right amount of fiber, as well as what foods are the specific foods that they can tolerate right now, so we can get the inflammation down in the gut, start healing and sealing that gut lining, and then expand the diet from there. Eating clean isn't good enough. So the first one's a low histamine bone broth. The second thing is we want to get a diversity of food, so we're not eating the same vegetables all of the time, creating sensitivities, but we need to make sure we're getting enough fiber throughout. And then fermented foods. So fermented foods are incredible for us, but these are things that we want to add in deeper in the gut lining. I do a protocol with my clients, and if I add in the probiotics immediately and someone has the things like the histamine issues, and if we have a lot of gut inflammation, a lot of the times we have histamine issues that can show in migraines, that can show in runny noses, that can show in itchy skin. I had a client, she said, I ate out and they had beef and all of a sudden my skin got really itchy and I don't know, what was even going on. And so we have to look at the individual. And when we go into fermented foods, I have ways I teach my clients, being a GAPS practitioner, how to ferment their own food and how to slowly titrate it in based off of their body. None of my clients are on the same thing because everybody's body is different. Everyone's gut is different. And then when it comes to balancing hormones, I kid you not, all of my clients in general, when we focus on the stress, the sleep, the hormones, even the gut healing foods, your gut, when we heal it, it's going to be able to manufacture all the enzymes, the HCl, to denature our food, to break it down. When we're getting the stress together, if we're breaking down the amino acids, we have less anxiety. Things start regulating. So when we're trying to go for more hormone balance, number one, I'm going to throw my bone broth in there, my low histamine bone broth, because that will help seal that gut lining. The second one is going to be anti-inflammatory foods, things like our salmon, our flax oil. These things are going to lower the sardines, anchovies, hemp seeds are another one if we're plant-based, because I have clients also that are vegan and vegetarian. So I want to throw that out there too. So you guys have other options. But these things are going to lower inflammation in the body to help reduce the free radicals and balance it out. Okay. And then colors, get a diversity in. If we're eating the same food every day, and I don't mean, guys, raw vegetables. Cook your food, chew your food, and really, really be present. Put your darn food down, phone down when you're eating. Get out of that state of stress so that we're able to heal the body, okay? Boom. And if you want more on that, again, make sure you check out my case studies playlist on my YouTube, because I really go into all the protocols of what I do with my clients. And if you need help, send me over that DM ready on Instagram, or head to the show notes below. If you're looking for the gut health, again, on my questionnaire, once you click through my website, you'll be able to put in their digestive coaching. And if you're hopping on now and you're like, I'm the girl and I want to join your 90-day whole body transformation on the April 28th. Can't believe how fast the year is flying. It'll allow you to click that too. And I only have a few spots left and we're 1 week out. So make sure you fill that out today, because I do all my own phone calls, all of it. And I'm like getting truly, truly booked. I want to hit a few more questions, but I also want to make sure that I'm hitting all the questions that you guys put in here. See here. And I have a few different ways of working with me, guys. Like I said, my gut coaching, my 90 days. And I like to make sure we're that perfect fit. So that's, if you guys are looking for the pricing and everything, I want to make sure we're even a perfect fit, because you may think you need one program and maybe it's gut you need, or, you think you need gut, but you do better with my 90-day. Okay, perfect. Now we're coming back to it because I have a lot more questions here and I want to make sure, where did they go? Awesome. Okay. Let me see what one. Oh, I've done fasting, keto, even 1 meal a day, and now I just feel broken. What happened? As I mentioned kind of prior, when we're doing all of these intermittent fastings and things that worked in our 20s, we're starting the day, we're having our coffee. We're not eating any food. We're going and doing fasted workouts. We're not sleeping good. Then we're in the state of perimenopause where we're losing muscle at a faster rate. We're putting our body in a state of additional stress. The water retention comes. Our body doesn't feel safe. It starts holding on to water. The sleep goes. That's where you make your human growth hormone. So you're able to repair, recover, build the muscle that we want to. So when we eat less food too, and we're doing 1 meal a day, I like to think of this because I work with clients that have EDs that are on very low calories. We work them up and we build. And I was in the same place. I was 200 pounds. I got down to 90. I did have an ED. I healed my body. But when you cut your food and you're eating very little for a period of time, maybe 1 meal a day, your stomach, I want you to think of this, that you guys know that lap band where they put the band around your stomach. One of my clients had this to make it, when you eat over a certain amount of food, you feel really full and like sick. When you eat less food and you're maybe doing 900 calories a day or 1 meal a day, When you try to expand your diet on that, you're trying to eat more food, you may feel so full. You're like, I can't get it in. I feel sick. I'm not hungry. It's because your stomach shrank to that. So we have to slowly work on increasing your calories while getting the right training and nutrition protocol to balance your blood sugar and to get your metabolism firing again. If we're able to balance your training with your nutrition, you'll be able to, like my client Amy, my busy mom of 5, she went from 900 calories a day to 2,200 from not hungry, hair falling out, can't poop, hormones all back on whacked out, on antidepressants, to off antidepressants over 10 years, zero anxiety, pooping daily, down 40 pounds, eating 2,200 calories a day. And she was hungry for it. Her metabolism was firing. It's like a new woman. And she's on my case studies playlist. So it's about slowly getting that metabolism to fire, doing it in a way that we're able to also match the training to not throw off the hormones and start building that lean muscle mass, because that's going to help boost your metabolic rate so that you're burning more calories throughout the day. We didn't do this by fasting more. I have her eating in the morning. She's eating her balanced meals throughout the day, but keeping everything very simple, because the truth is like with my 90-day whole body transformation, I work with busy moms. We don't have time for crazy recipes, hours of meal prep. We are already tired, run down. We need it to be simple. So I simplified it for her to make it sustainable for her. And that is the key. And because it was sustainable, she was able to transform her body. She lost the 27 pounds in 90 days. And now she's down 40 after working with me, because she continued to lose the weight because she had all of the tools for it. And that's the key thing. You don't want to just lose the weight. You want to lose the weight. You want to feel phenomenal, but you also want it to be sustainable for you guys as well. Okay. If you guys are hopping on and you have any questions, please drop them below. I'm going to answer a few more for you. Let's see here. Okay. I want to talk about bloating, because I know a lot of us feel bloating. And is bloating after meals ever normal, or when is it a red flag? So if you wake up and you look 6 months pregnant before even drinking a cup of water, that was me. I looked here. That's, my gut clients, that could be them too. They're like, I eat clean. I could just drink water and my body swells up. That type of bloating is not normal. I had SIBO, I had H. pylori, I had parasites, I had chronic inflammation, and no eating clean is going to heal your gut. It's not. No supplement, greens, powder, pill is going to heal your gut. In fact, if you add in probiotics or any of those fermented foods, you're probably going to be feeling worse, because you have so much of that dysbiosis going on that it could be fermenting. You guys may have heard of the low FODMAP diet. That's when we have things like fermentable carbohydrates, simple things that could be an avocado. And that could actually cause you more gas and bloating, because what happens is the bacteria starts fermenting on those fibers. But here's the deal. We don't want to just go and take every herb and supplement and just destroy our gut trying to kill everything in it. That was me. That's so many clients of mine. I had a client who spent years kill. She had C. diff, H. pylori, on top of that mold, Lyme's disease, down to minimal foods. She is now on minimal supplements through no killing and restoring. We just got a negative test result for C. diff. She's on more food than ever. And she got on, we had our call on Sunday, and she was showing me her oblique. She's like, Elizabeth, the inflammation is coming off. This isn't through a pill, a supplement. Don't fall for that. That's not going to heal you. It's working on the stress, looking at our gut microbiome, adding in specific things to rebuild, because your mucosal lining, which is your first barrier of defense against these pathogens, it runs throughout your entire body, not just in your gut. That's where you're, making all your enzymes, breaking everything down. If we're chronically stressed and we have a lot of bloating and gut issues all the time, then we can have blunt of those microvilli, have leaky gut going on, and then a lot of dysbiosis and fermentation. So if you just focus on trying to destroy parasites and even things that you don't even know you have, you're just going to be bringing down your resilience even more. And it's going to lead to you trying to eliminate everything out of your body. And then you have no good guys left. So then, 80% of your poop is bacteria. So now you just wiped out everything in your body. And if you, kid you not, immune system starts going, then all of a sudden your little bit of dysbiosis turns into bigger deals, having health issues, having, more of, SIBO and all these different things coming on. So I don't even kill things with my clients anymore. We focus on rebuilding, restoring, and they're able to eliminate because we create such a big resilience. There is a time, there is a place, and if we got thyroid issues going on, liver congestion, MTHFR, we have endometriosis, all these conditions, we're so fatigued and run down, you have no energy, vitality, mineral reserves to go through something like killing bad bacteria. We have to restore you first. And again, if you got gut issues, DM me ready on Instagram. Fill out my questionnaire. It'll take you, it looks like it's for my 90-day whole body, but it will take you to a place where you can click gut, okay? Because I was there, I was down to minimal foods. And a few other cases where bloating is not normal, okay? If you're starting to develop sensitivities to foods that you ate prior and just getting so much gas and bloating after those meals, worse and worse throughout the day to where it's uncomfortable. I mean, like your jogging pants hurt you. That's that feeling. That is not normal, okay? If you wake up in the morning though, and you don't have that bloating, it kind of comes throughout the day, or you could squeeze your stomach, that the fat, and it's squishy. It's not hard. That could be belly fat. And then hormones 100% come into a play with this, because a lot of the times when I'm working with my clients that have, hormone imbalances and all these things going on, if we have estrogen dominance or you're taking hormone replacement therapy, those can cause your body to hold on to water or increase bloating. Or even if we're going through shifts around our period, the change in estrogen and progesterone. And I was talking to one of my clients about this today. She's like, I was doing so good. She's like, this week, girl, I was, you got me pooping. I was going twice a day. And then it slowed down the other day and I just feel more bloated. I'm eating the same things. She's like, but I got my period. It's because we have changes in the estrogen and the progesterone. It slows down the transit time, more fermentation. So it could be hormones, or it could be gut dysbiosis, and it could even be the state in which you're eating. So, stress is a huge one. I'm going to say it time and again. It's something I work with all my clients because it does play such a huge role when it comes to our gut health. I'm going to answer one more because I've been on calls with clients all day. And for everyone hopping on, if you're in this place and you're just like, I'm done. I'm ready to transform my body. I'm not ready for another challenge. I'm not ready for another app. I don't need a trainer. I need someone to teach me what to eat, when to eat, the foods to eat, the gut health, the hormones, what is the right thing so I can get permanent results. And you got a busy lifestyle, the cravings and fatigue. This is your moment. DM me already on Instagram to go in the show notes after this and come join my 90-day whole body transformation, because I've worked with, I need to change it now because I've worked with over 2,000 women. I just say 1,000 plus, and they were not easy cases. The macros, the calories, it only takes you so far. And if you hit your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s, what used to work in your 20s or what works for men, and all these things that you see on the internet that you're trying and researching and like, okay, I feel better for the moment, but I'm not permanently there. It's because it's not meant for you. But my program isn't for everyone. Like I said, it's for women 30 plus, and it's if you're ready to make a sustainable change. And again, the price, I want to hop on a call to see if we're a good fit. So if you fill out everything, watch my video, it'll take you through my questionnaire and a place to book a discovery call. And I'll go it. Like I said, I have a few different ways of working with people, and I want to make sure that we got you in the right plan and the right program to get you where you need to be. Awesome. And let me see, what is my next question? And make sure you got all of your notifications on, because I am doing more and more of these every day for you guys. I really, really want to. Okay, let me see. I'm seeing if there's any questions that you guys put in here. because let me hit this one. What is the number one thing that you see women over 30 doing that sabotages permanent fat loss? Oh. Yes, I love this one. Okay, shit. It's hard to pick one. I'm going to go to this one. Okay. Well, do you guys mind if I give you three? If you guys are okay with me giving you three, give me some hearts. The first one is going to be overdoing the intermittent fasting because our cortisol levels, I'm an FDM practitioner, so I'm going to paint a picture for you. When you wake up in the morning, your cortisol's at the highest because you need that adrenaline to wake you up out of the day. So if we're just fasting or throwing the coffee, it's going to spike it even higher, especially if you're not getting in enough of your calories already and you're already not sleeping well and have thyroid issues and fatigue. And it's going to cause you to have crash, fatigue, cravings, stubborn belly fat, hormone imbalances, not reaching your goals. Another one, that would be like my number one, because I see it with almost every woman that comes to me. The second one is really, really focusing on these low carb keto diets, doing things that are working for the 20-year-olds or even the men out there. Because the truth is when we're, like I said, when we're 30, 40, 50 plus, our hormones are changing. Women are different from men. And if we're already, because we have so many, we have those emotions, if we're stressed out, and we have all these things going on, doing all these crazy low carb, no carb diets, as I mentioned in the very beginning of this video, and I'll be posting the replay on my YouTube for you, is cortisol and carbs regulate each other. So you may feel great in the beginning, but if we don't have the hormones balanced, and I'm saying there are so many benefits of keto. There's so many amazing things, amazing healings. I'm not here to put it down. I've done it before. There's a time and a place, all of that. But I'm talking about the woman that's trying everything out there and still not getting the results. That carbohydrates, it regulates the cortisol. It also helps you build muscle. It's your number one immediate source of energy. So doing all these extreme diets and not looking at, okay, 5 years, 10 years from now, will I be able to sustain this, to have that balance? Because it's about permanent results. It's not about another yo-yo. And the third big one, because you know me, I have to give three, is, okay. This one, I'm throwing it out there, okay? You're gonna love this. Changing everything up way too fast. So with all of the information out there, there's around like 30,000 different diets out there. I see women, they'll start one thing. It's so extreme, it's not sustainable. They don't get a result in a week. They switch it up. They're chasing what the next thing is versus actually looking at the whole body, saying, okay, if my health is over here, this extreme is going to make it worse, but what can I do to get my health in that best place? My clients, when they're losing weight, it's not from cutting carbs and adding more cardio. Half the time, they're, no, not even half the time, 85% of the time, they're eating more food, okay? They're less fasting to no fasting. We're balancing their blood sugar, and they realize that their first keys is they're no longer fearful of the food. Their energy is through the roof. Within 1 week, their cravings go away and their energy is through the roof. They have motivation and drive for their workouts. The inflammation is coming off and they see their muscle definition coming in. And that's not through cutting more. That's through finding the balance and looking at their whole body. And those would be the big three things that I see so many women make. There's more, but I just want to kind of keep it very simple today. But I love you guys. Again, if you're in that place, you're ready to transform your body, send me over that DM. Make sure you have all of your notifications on. And I just truly, truly am so grateful for you guys coming today. Check out my case studies playlist on my YouTube and my Iron Beauty playlist. You can listen to everything podcast style. I deep dive into gut health and hormones. You name it, I've worked with it and I've gone through it. I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day and we will talk soon. I will see you tomorrow.